Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss all about how to create a to-do list using React.js. So let's look at the project that we will create it. I'm going to enter the task okay. So I have a 3 tasks. If you want to remove the particular task like task 3, I click on it and I want to complete my second task, just click on that. So if you want to remove all of the tasks, you can click on clear completed task, means remove all of the tasks. So here is my mistake, like this one, clear completed. If you want to add another text, you can do that. So let me tell with you guys how you can create it from scratch. So I go to my code editor and I will create another project. So I use cd double dot and then I will use npm create with latest. Just a minute, I will copy to the list, same project name, select the framework is React, JavaScript. Once you install the Vite, then you need to install the npm. So I need to enter my particular folder, copy to the list, and we need to run the command npm install. Once you install React.js, then you will create a project. So I go to my code editor, I will open this one project inside my code editor, and I will remove all the file like this one. So inside that I need to get few things like images. The first one is I will get desktop and cross image, copy the images and I'm gonna paste on there. The next thing I'm gonna get it is data, like this data.txt file, because inside that have a few things. So I have this one project, so I have a data and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna open it, run there to display the default page, and there we go. So let's get started to create the project. So I go to remove the app.css file and I need to remove all of the codes which appeared inside. Then index.css, remove the app.js default code and just write rfce. So inside that I will pass to the list component and I will create a folder, components. Inside the components I will create a file, to the list.jsx. So same thing, I'm gonna add it, rfce return to the list, and I'm gonna add, so we need to include this one file inside the app.js. So I need to get that, import to the list from single dot components inside the component. So we need to save it and let's look at that, guys. The to-do list has been appeared, right? Good. So guys, in a minute, so inside this one I'm gonna change the tag is header and I will create another one, to the items. I will create this one component, so function return. So I will design the static data, then I will manage it on later, right? So let's see, I will use the assign the classes to the container, and then I need to add the class header content. Inside the header content I will use that to the, just to use to the. Outside of the div of the header content I will use the form, lay the action, and inside the form I need to use input type is text, and placeholder I will use create a new to the, and outside of the form I will add the UL and li tag. UL and the UL I will add the li tag. In the li tag I will display some content. So in a minute I will get the content from there, like this one. Copy, right, and in the li one by one I will add it. First one is I will use input li div. In the div I will use input type is checkbox, and also I need to use the paragraph to display the text, so I need to get the text from there. This time I just design it, right? And outside of this one div, inside the li tag I will add the image, so I need to get the image. In a minute I need to import the image. Import cross from assets. Inside the assets have a icon cross image, so I need to get it and paste on there. So we need to save it and look at it, guys. So let's move on the next step. The next step I need to get the Google fonts, so I will get the fonts like this one. I'm going to copy and go to index.css and paste on there, right? So guys, I have in a minute I have a variables, so I need to get in a minute, so like this one. So inside that I have a default colors that we will use it. So let's design that. I'm going to use padding 0, margin 0, box sizing, border box, and then we need to select the body. I'm going to use background image, background URL, I'll use background light color, and I'll use font family is just fan sans. Then the next step, you need to select the header tag to add the BG image. So I'm going to close it, right? This is the background color. So you need to select the header. In the header tag you need to add the background URL. The image is coming from your assets, background, no repeat, center color, and you need to assign height 50 VH, and you need to use display property flags, justify content center, align items center. It means inside the header tag have all of the content will be appear in the center according to min height of the 50 VH. So we need to save it, and let's see, guys. I think the image has been changed, but I will manage it on right. Just a minute, I need to check. Yeah, good. Let's select the to-do container. In a minute, I also check that. I remove it. This one. So you need to assign the width 550 pixel. Then you need to select the header content. In a minute, I also need to this one. And the header content you need to use display property flags, justify content space between, and by the way, align item center to inside the header have a font size of the to-do text 3 rem. Letter spacing I will use 2 pixel, color white, and then you need to select the image. Means I just select all of the images, so I will use width 20 pixel, height is 20 pixel, because this is a cross image by the way, so I need to use the height and width. Where's image? Okay, I can't see right now the image, but I check it now and later. So just a minute. Okay, I will check it now and later. So let's see the form inside that I have input. So I will use the width 100%, outline is none, border also none, font family is inherit. I will use the padding top and bottom 1 rem, left and right 2 rem, border radius I will use 5 pixel, and font size I will use 1.1 rem. So we need to save it, and look at that, guys. Right, the next one, you need to select the Todo container. Inside that have a URL. You need to use display flex, and you need to use flex direction as column, because you will display the li tags top to bottom, right? And you need to use the background color white. Then you need to use margin top 2 rem, padding 0.7 rem, and left to right 1 rem. Border radius you need to use 5 pixels. Select the li tag, Todo container, display flex, justify the space between align item setup with 100%, border bottom 1 pixel solid verb, and padding 1 rem 0 to make a space. Right, guys, so let's move on, and you need to select the Todo container. Inside that have UL li check input, and the type is checkbox. So I need to use width 70 pixel, height also 70 pixel. Okay, what happened? What happened on the checkbox type? Okay, just a minute. Your ally input type checkbox with 70 pixel, height 70 pixel, and margin right 1 rem. Means I need to make a space between our checkbox and our content. So in a minute you will see the difference between that, but before using it you need to select the Todo and the UL li. Inside that have a div. You need to use display public flags align item center, so it should be displayed in the line or otherwise. Right now, as you can see, guys, if you want to remove that, so you can't see any space anymore, so you need to use that. So let's see when I will add another li, just logging purpose. So I need to remove all of bottom border in the last element. So I need to select Todo container UL li, and then you need to select the last child. I will use the border name because I will add the footer. So let's move on the to-do list, and I'm gonna get it, paste on there, just assign the classes footer. Right, so I need to add the div. On each div have a class item, so I need to use p2 items left, and I'm gonna get it second and third time. That is our actor 0 complete head. This will be clear and clear complete. Right, so we need to save it, and look at that, guys. Right, So let's add the few properties inside the footer. So the first one is footer color, dark grayish color. Font size I will use 0.9, and you need to select the footer director class. You need to use padding top and bottom 0, left and right 5 pixels. And last thing, you need to select the clear and text. You need to use the cursor size pointer. Right, great guys, you can see, but I think I need to add the color like this one. Yeah, great. So if you add another property or another li tag like this one, paste second and third time, you'll get this one result, guys. Okay, the last one is I want to move it on down. So to the container. So there it is, to the container. So I'm going to use transform translate y 50%. That should be displayed. Okay, not negative, positive 50%. Yeah, great. Okay, I'll use 40% is best. Right, so let's move on the project. So I need to get this one data object, so just copy and you need to go on to the list and paste on there. The next step, I need to reduce or create a different type of components to reduce my code. So the first one is I will create a footer alive. So I need to use written, and I need to get this one content, paste on there, just call the outer side of that. Alright, so we need to save it, and yeah, great. Then you need to create a list to display the list items. So in a minute, I need to leave the UL, and okay, I don't need that. I just display only on one li, and I get it function list return li tag, and also I need to paste it. Right, so we need to save it, and both components are appear inside the UL tag. Remember, everything is great, guys. So guys, let's work on the input field to add the event and get the data and so on and so forth. So I need to do like this one. So this is my to-do list component. So inside that I will create a function handle submit, and I pass the e parameter. E means current value, so I also use e.prevent default that are used to stop the reloading of the input form, right? So inside that I need to get the value from input field, and we need to assign the value inside my variables or states, right? So I will create a states. First I need to check the event, so I copy that, and where is my form? The form is appeared inside the to-do items like this one, so I need to pass it as a parameter on submit. You can write any name as you want and passing that. So where is form? You need to add the event on change. I think on submit, and then you need to pass the and submit, or I will change the name handle submit. So the next step, you need to create a state, right? So let's see, I will use const task set task, and the default I will use state nothing, right? So the task is used to display the content, set task is used to manipulate or change the content, right? So inside the form tag, where is the form, like there, I need to display the content, so I need to pass the parameter like task, and also we need to pass another parameter, set task. Just a minute. And also set task. So you need to receive the props, comma the second one, the third one is set task. The task is used to display the content, right? So in the input field, you need to copy it, and you need to use value as a task that is coming from my to-do list app. The next step, you need to use the event on change, when event will be changed, to execute the function passing the parameter e, and you need to pass the set task function that will help us to change the value. So inside the parentheses, you need to pass e.target.value, means which value I will receive from the input field that will assign inside the set task, and the task will help us to display the content. So let's see, inside the function I need to use console log and task, so you will able to see the content will appear inside our the task. Hit enter right now, as you can see. The next step, you need to remove the content from input field, so you need to use set task, and you need to use assign the default values nothing when user will enter the task. Right now, as you can see. Great. So let's move on. The next one is I need to display the static data inside my to-do list. I will manage it on later to display the input field data. So where is the UL? Like there. So this is UL tag, and the UL tag you need to use in a minute. This is the to-do items. Yeah. So you need to use the map method to help us to display the content. So let's see. So the list, yeah. So like there, use the JavaScript mode, and I'm gonna passing that initial items dot map, that is a function. So I need to use items. You can enter any name as you want, right? And use, I need to target my list component that is appear on there, right? And passing the props as the items. Just a minute, what happened on the, okay, I need to add the key as well. Key is items.id. So these are static data, guys. Right now my all data have been appeared inside the to-do list, and the data is coming from this one, but I don't know why the one thing has been appeared multiple times. Okay guys, so we need to receive the props on there, like this one, and we will use it to display the content one by one inside the list item, right? So in the checkbox I need to use the value, items dot checked, and inside this one I need to use items dot what is the name, task I think. And yeah, so we need to save it, and a key props, yeah, task and items task. Yeah, it's perfect, but I don't know each is unique key. Just a minute guys, so we need to save it. Now let's try it one more time. Okay, checked. See, what? Dot checked. Yeah, it's great. Can't read the properties checked. Just a minute, I will undo that. Just display the content, then I will manage it. I just need to display only on the task, and yeah, so the items and items, list items. Yeah, it's perfect, but I don't know why it doesn't appear guys, so I need to try it. Just a minute guys, here's my mistake guys. So I have used the list component multiple times inside there, so I think it should be displayed. Yeah, great guys, as you can see. So I have a many hard tasks, so I need to pass the few things inside that is like value item dot checked means true. So we need to save it, and yeah, great. So I'm gonna refresh my page. Everything is great on there, but I need to add few more things inside that, like I will display the line through when the task will completed, and so on and so forth. So I will add the manual class on there, means items dot checked. So I need to use text decoration. Text decoration is line through, otherwise display, just a minute, curly brackets means nothing. So let's, just a minute, I will use false through true, so it should be display the line through. Great. So this is our static data, right? This is static data, but I need to display only on my input field data inside the list item, right? So let's see how we can do that. So when I will enter something inside the input field, I need to store it, and I need to display inside the list item. So let's see. So I will create a const, and I need to use the item and comma set items. You can write any name as you want. Item set items, and pass the use state, and you need to enter the empty array inside that, because you need to store one by one value inside the array. The next step, you need to manage it by using functions. So I'm going to call the function as handle add items, and I'm going to pass the parameter is items. This is a parameter, by the way, right? You can write any name as you want. Use curly brackets, and then you need to call set items like this one, and passing the parameter is items. Execute the function, and then you need to use the split operator, target your parameter items and the function parameter like this one, right? Items. Okay, I'm gonna use it atom because you will understand better then, right? Okay, so I need to call it inside there, but before calling it you need to add the value inside the list item, right? So I'm going to create a const new item. So I have a one property is task, the second property is checkbox, and third property I will add it as a unique key. So I call it task, comma, next property is checked, default is false. The third property I will add it id det.now. So we need to store these value. In a minute, before displaying that, I will show you. New items, save, and enter programmer, hit enter. You will get the object right now. As you can see, task, programmer, check default, and id, right? So we need to call the function like this one, and you need to pass the parameter is a new items, and similarly you need to use the set task. The default is nothing, means you need to remove it. Clear the input field, right? So you need to call that inside them. The items are added inside the set items variable or state, right? So let's see, I need to pass the item and the list item. Just a minute. So items, I will pass it, and I copy, and where you want to display it, so you need to pass the parameter as a props inside the Todo items. Copy the same thing, and just change initial items to items. That's it. Yeah, so first we need to say you can't see any changes inside there. This is a dynamic data, guys, so in a minute I will show you. Use programmer, hit enter. Right now, as you can see, guys, enter another task, digital marketer, right now. So let's work on this one and cross icon, right? So you know how does work it. So this is a static data that I have stored inside there. So once you use it to display the content inside there, then you need to comment out and use the function like this one to display the content inside your web page, right? So I also mentioned the comment is step 1, and that is step 2. The next step is I will remove the particular task when I click on the cross icon, right? So I need to create a function. I also mentioned the step 3 function handle delete. I will pass the parameters id, and then you need to target the set items. Similarly, passing the parameters as items, and then you need to target items dot filter method that help us to add the condition, right? Pass the parameter one more time, item, and I'm going to use item dot id not equal to is id, that is passing inside them. So the set item function is help us to getting the id from my list item, from my this one item. So, and when I will click on the delete button, then it will receive the ID. So I need to copy that and I need to pass it on delete, and we need to get where is cross icon is the inside the list item. So I need to pass that first one on there, copy, and we need to receive the props inside the list item, and then last thing you need to receive on there, right? So inside the image means when you will click on the image to remove the content, right? So okay, use the click event, passing the function and handle delete. So you need to get the ID. Where you want to get the ID, you need to get the ID from items.id. That's it. So and click on that, yeah, great. And task 1, task 2, and I want to remove the next one task, so just click on that, right? And final one is checkbox, right? So let's move on top, and I need to work on the step 4 function handle toggle. Similarly, I will use the ID and I need to target the set items. This is the parameter. I'm going to use items.map item and items, right? So I need to use item.id is matched with our function ID that is passing inside the parameter. Then I need to speed operator target my items, comma, that will checked. So also I need to use not item checked. So I think this items is down there, item ID is match there. Okay, I need to use it there also. ID ternary operator, just a minute. Item ID match, otherwise on display on, okay, otherwise display the item, I think, yeah, it should be display. So I use the item ID, means that is coming from my list item is matched with the ID that is passing on the parameter inside the function will match, then do this thing. So I need to get it, and then I need to pass the parameter on there. First I need to pass the parameter on there, and we need to get it on there as the props, and we need to receive the handle toggle on there. And then the next thing, you need to add the functionalities inside the list item. So just use a few things inside, that is on change, just call the handle toggle, and you need to pass similar items.id that is coming from your items error, right? So 5669 have an error, 5669. Okay, I need to pass the handle toggle on there, so it should be display. Header content. In a minute. The problem is on there is comma, just like this, and yeah. So let's see. I will use task 1. Okay. It's set state. Just a minute. Okay, here's a lot of uncaught error. So just a minute. I need to stop it, guys. Something is wrong. Okay, and I need to check my code, guys. Tutor list handle toggle. I need to pass the parameter, and I need to. Yeah, it's good. So on change. Okay, guys, here's my mistake, guys. So I need to call the function when user click on the checkbox. So let's try it one more time. Run dev, and it should be display perfect. Yeah. So I use task 1, task 2. Yeah. Click on the checkbox. Yeah. Okay. Other one was so say something text decoration line through, otherwise nothing. And task style checked is working, but I think on change task 2. Okay, I can't see any more text. So guys, let's see the function that we have, toggle ID. So in the toggle ID, set item ID toggle equal to ID, speed operator atom, comma checked, and not checked. Everything is great on there, guys, but I don't know why I'm able to see the problem right now inside the list item. Items map ID, and we don't checked and not checked to display that. Yeah, that's perfect, but let's try it. Remove it. Yeah, it's working. This one completed. The first one is working, but when I will enter the task 2, so let me check it, guys. Here is a problem, guys. So I use the item in the large character of the first one, so I need to use item only small character because I passed the parameter as an item in the small character. So let's try it. Task 1, task 2, and I'm gonna check it right now. As you can see, both are working. So last and final one is count that and completed and clear the amount. So this is the last section, guys, so let's work on it. So I will find out the easiest way. On clear list, set items passing the parameter on there. On clear list, I need to pass it inside the clear list. By the way, that is function inside the footer that is up here inside, so I'm gonna cut it in a minute. So also paste inside footer like component. Just a minute. Right, so this is a inside the header tag, inside the todo item, so I need to pass the just on the children, and you need to get it and passing the parameter on the children, so it should be display the perfect. Yeah, get. No, it doesn't work right now, guys, so just a minute, I need to check that. So that is footer li, and that is so not footer li, and I need to pass the children, right, and I need to pass it children. It should be display. Yeah, guys, reason for using it because I will display the content or assign the props inside there, so I will easily access it outside of the todo list items, right? So I need to call the clear items props, so I can easily pass inside the footer li, so I will receive it inside the footer li. I don't need to pass one by one value. So just like this one, copy, and I need to add the function on there on click when the function is execute. So just a minute, this will execute like this way. So on click, so click on that. Right now, as you can see, click on it, everything is removed, right? So few things we need to add it, the counts and completed, right? So you need to move on the footer area, and also you need to pass the parameter as of items inside the footer li, I mean footer item, because inside the items have all of the content, so you need to easily get the content from there, how many contents and how so there, that is the item, right? So I need to receive the props inside the footer. So inside the footer you need to get it one by one value from there. So let's see how we can do that. So cons num items, so how many length inside the items, so it will give us, so just copy and remove that, paste on there, so you will get the length. So right now you can't see any length, but you need to add a space and task 1. Right now, as you can see, task 2, right? If you want to remove that, it will automatically decrease the number. The next thing is numpact, const numpact. So I will use the filter method that will help us to add the condition, right? So yeah, I will use the item dot checked dot length, so it will give us same thing. So and there we go, click on it, right, clear all. Let's try it one more time. So task 1, task 2, task 3, and so on and so forth. So click on this one, one task has been completed, second, and I want to remove it, and so on and so forth. Clear all of the list, you can do it. So guys, this video is all about to-do list in React.js, so I hope you have understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.